Namaste, beautiful beings. This is Belinda Pearl, and welcome to the Daily Oracle. So this is an inquiry. How are you doing? Please let me know. Comment below. Please let me know how you're doing. The world is going through a major change, and when we look at what's happening in the streets and then we compare it to what's happening in astrology, we can see how it's so aligned, and this time has been called for. And no matter what is going to happen, change will happen. So those that are in the streets, keep holding the space for the change to happen, because it is there and it is ready and it is time. Perseverance pays off. So let us stand unified as one. So all those that are watching this, how can we find space for ourselves to heal and to hold space for all others? How can we stand in a place of our own inner strength and be the light that the world needs to light up the world? If that made sense somewhere. But how can we stand strong? How can we be strong? So maybe we just ask for guidance around finding strength within us and what it is that we can utilize in our life to help us focus on, to really help us really stand in that place of our power. So new deck this week. The energy has been all over the place. I want you to kind of mix it up a little bit as well, just to see what guidance is really unfolding for us. So close your eyes and then let's take a moment of being silent. And to help yourself to be silent, focus your attention on your breath and your breathing. Feel how the breath moves through your nose as you breathe in. Mindful attention. And anything that's in the mind that needs to be released, blow it all out. All your concerns about life and what's going to happen next. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. Take a couple more deep breaths, just holding space for yourself to be clear and calm, to be centered, rooted, and grounded. It says when we're centered, rooted, and grounded, we can be in that place within our heart. Instead of wandering in that place of our mind and tripping over all our thoughts, let us root and ground ourselves in that place of our loving heart. And a full deep breath in. Breathe all the breath out. And guidance is always crystal clear, so let us see. And I've seen this card before. It's been in different readings, but it says, let go of your past. I'll show you there. To see she's wearing yellow, but she's also surrounded by that blue, which is for healing. And that yellow is that empowerment piece that we all need to hold our life, or hold our light. And then the blue is this healing, and there's this gate fence in the background of the card here. You can't really see it. There's this fence here. If I hold it a little bit closer, you'll see that. So she's come from a place, and the place is in the distance and it's gone. It says let go of your past. And maybe this message is relevant for all of us. Well, typically it is, but maybe also on a personal level as well. Because in order for us to really move into a place of our light and of our healing, instead of us carrying all our burdens with us, let us relinquish them and let them go. And this is also, we've come through this pandemic, and we're still in the pandemic. If you look at the statistics, what is true and what is not true, that's another debate for another time. But still, there was one world before. There's this interim world that we've still kind of navigating through. And even on, coming out of this, something new came forward for in this new birthing that humanity needs for us now. But we can't take what we had in the past and drag it with us. We want a new tomorrow. We want a new world. We want a new earth. And literally do. Earth has been renewing herself too. We've been staying at home. We've been driving less. The skies are clearer, and we can see mountains from where we've never been able to see them for some people's lifetimes. I know you can see the Himalayas from one point, I think in Nepal, which people haven't seen in their lifetime because the smog is gone. So it's letting things change from what was and opening the doorway, this gateway, even though it's in her past, there's still this doorway for us to go through. And in the distance, we have no idea what awaits us. It's all the unknown. But rather, instead of carting all that old stuff with us, especially our old mental states, our old emotions, our old pains, our old worries, let us move into something new. If our world equates to what we're thinking, that vibration that we're holding, and if you're not enjoying your current world or the world that was, why would you bring any of that with you? Bring that through the portal with you. And we're in this eclipse season. We had a full moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius was about expansion, and there was all this great astrology with it too. And it started off this eclipse season, and 2020 having more eclipses in this year than most years too. So there's something significant happening. Eclipses are eclipsing out of your life. So it's letting go of the past. It says in the card, the burden of carting your past around has made you weary. Who's feeling tired? Just put your hand up and say, yes, I've been exhausted because I've been carting this stuff around with me. It says, dear one, it is time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and it's now gone. And maybe that's so simple. Now it's all gone. Let it all be gone. It's really a mental state. Why carry it with you, carting all that heaviness with you? If it's a pain point from the past, and especially from the far past, why are you still holding that with you? A lot of people hold onto these old memories of issues. Those issues become in their tissues, and then they feel ill because they can't let this energy go. And memory is energy. It's stored in those emotional places within inside of us that become those issues in our tissues. So we don't want issues in our tissues. We want to stay healthy and vibrant. So and those issues in our tissues and the issues in our mind hold us in that old state and the old way of being. So if we want to really move into this new world, let us let it all go. Let us stand in that place of our power, lighten our load so we can shine a little brighter. Maybe this is some medicine here in the card, just in the color therapy, is wear some yellow. Work with your solar plexus energy. Use crystals like a citrine or yellow jasper, even a pyrite, anything that's yellow that brings strength in that place to empower you. And then it's also finding quiet time. This blue is this quiet, idyllic space. Maybe spending time in nature. This is a park. If you can't go far, find a park near you. Sit under a tree. Find quiet space and breathe in the space. This is breath work. This is breathing in. Just simple breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. And that breath work, that breathing, is what brings us our healing. So when things arise, breathe in, breathe out, and let it all go. Let go of the past. That makes sense. So from my heart to yours, may you always be blessed. Namaste. And again, this is Belinda Pearl, and you can find me at belindapearl.com. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. If you're watching this anyway, subscribe, say hello, and I'll see you all soon. Namaste.